Hey everybody, Vin Matano here, and I'm going to be walking you through my aligned rooms, how I create those. So one of the biggest challenges as a salesperson is when you're working these deals, you're sharing a bunch of content, you're sharing resources, there's next steps, there's a lot to manage, and most of these things often get lost in email threads. Prospects forget that we covered certain topics. Prospects maybe forget that you've answered certain questions already. And it's no fault to them, right? This is like super challenging buying software nowadays. And especially if they're looking at multiple different vendors, all the information can just get like stuck in their brain and kind of get all messy. And so sometimes this leads to deals slipping past a certain forecasted date because the prospect is not sure about certain answers. They have to go looking for things. It just drags out the sales process. And the number one way that I'm staying organized is by creating digital sales rooms. It's a place where me and the prospect can come, collaborate on different ideas, identify where we are in the sales process very easily, and access content that I'm sharing with them. So what you'll notice off the bat is the welcome page. The welcome page is where you can customize it. You can include a banner that's maybe relevant to your company, or maybe it's their company. I like to include my name and a photo just to make it a little bit more personalized. You can even access the company logo and your logo as well. Again, just to verify that this is a room for company A and company B. We have this quick little welcome message. You can use it however you like. One of the ways that I like to use this is actually include my Calendly link here. So you could just put the button there. I like to do let's chat. And that way they can open this up right away instead of emailing me back and forth with times. We can book time with me right off the bat. As we scroll down, we now have this process overview. This is a very high level overview of how someone can go from conversation to close and what steps are needed. For example, we've already completed a business alignment, aka maybe a discovery call. We've went through proper evaluations. Great. Now we want to move to the pricing and ROI. What's outstanding is legal and finalizing the partnership. But if we want a little bit more information, I've created more so like a map, a mutual action plan. And these are the next steps line by line of the specific things we need to do for the evaluation, for the business case, for legal and security. That way it's organized in one place. Sometimes you may be selling to a prospect that's never bought a solution like yours before. So it's important to lay these out. It's also important to lay these out because you want to show your prospect all the steps that you've already taken. Sometimes I've had deals where prospects want to see the same demo over and over and over again because there's just so much to remember. But if you can have all this in one place and tell them, hey, we've done this demo, 2, 3 times already, and you can access all the resources here, that might help minimize the amount of demos you actually need. And so you can get super specific in some of these, like a customer reference, setting up a call with Matt from Acme to talk about his experience using XYZ solution. Now you can do things like add a file into these. So if you had a demo, what I like to do is add the pitch deck in here so they can access it very easily. You can also add a deadline date. So maybe this is by the 14th. We want to make sure that this has occurred. And once these are done, you can check these off. And I love the little confetti that drops. It's the little details, right? Great. So now as we move down, this is probably my favorite feature within Aligned. It's a very basic use case, but it's so valuable. We have all these calls. I've had a deal where I actually had over 35 calls with this prospect. This lasted over a year and a half. And we've had so many calls to the point of it would be almost impossible for me to go ahead and dig through Gong to find the calls that are requested. I get a request from the prospect to say, hey, can you send me the sales call demo that we did, 4 months ago? How am I going to find that? So what I do is I used Align's direct integration with Gong and start putting in the call recordings here. That way they can easily access them. I also like to include some case studies. So this helps me. It actually helps the prospect better determine how they might use the tool based on how other similar companies have used the tool. And so you can get creative with this. Sure, you can send over case studies via email, and those will get lost. Or you can go above and beyond and create this view for them where we have specific case studies based on their specific goals, whether it's a video, whether it's a G2 review, whether it's maybe a direct uploaded video of maybe a buyer talking about how great your solution is. And then the last piece is actually creating the proposal here, which is pretty unique. So this is one I like to do. Sure, you can give them a proposal on a slide deck, but I find that there's not enough room to put the information in the text. There's a lot of intricacies to a proposal typically, and I don't think the slides do it enough justice. So this is a place where you can build this out. You can create a chart here where you can have your proposal, all the information here, the discounting that's available to them, maybe based on number of seats purchased or maybe signature date that they have, and then all of the intricate details that typically wouldn't fit on a slide deck. That way, again, avoiding the back and forth from them asking questions and you answering them. Now, if you did want to upload an actual formal proposal, like a one that they would actually sign, you could go into the Documents tab, and this is where you can upload a bunch of different documents, like security documents, legal documents. The company I work for, we do a lot of data tests, so we would upload some raw data into this file. And this is just a way where we can kind of organize all of those informations. Also helps keep it secure because, we don't have secure data getting sent around via email. This is a way to keep it secure. And you can actually link, let's just say a Panda doc in here to have someone actually visualize the actual proposal. And when it's ready to sign, they know where to go to sign it. So I love this feature in particular. So that being said, I walked you through my aligned digital sales room. I would highly recommend starting to use digital sales rooms, and Aligned makes it really easy to personalize it based off of each individual use case. So this is the template that I have created for you guys. I've used this template in many deals. I, in fact, got a deal to spend up to 10 hours in this particular room. So feel free to take what you like. You may find some things that maybe don't align to you. You may find some things that you like a lot of what I listed here. So take what you like, customize it, make it your own, and happy selling. Hope you close more deals. See you guys.